Is it just me, or does it seem there's a battle going on in our country today? A deep division on so many fronts. One of them currently is the mask or no mask battle that seems to be raging. Hi, I'm Ron Price, and I promise I am not going to get in the middle of that debate. I've seen there are strong opinions on both sides. People saying, oh, we absolutely should wear masks. Oh, we shouldn't wear masks. Okay. The point I want to make today is that last week a friend of mine got really upset. I mean, really upset. And as so many do, she let the Facebook world know how angry she was. Apparently, her son had been accosted at a store, I believe just verbally. I don't think it was physical. And again, if I have my details right, he wasn't wearing a mask, and one of the mask wearing group thought that was a horrible, terrible thing and let the young boy know. Well, the mom understandably got upset about that. But folks, here's the point I want to make. It's up to us to control our emotions. Now, that's easy for me to say. Sometimes it's easier to do than others. I'll grant you that. But we have been endowed with the ability to have more control over our emotions than we sometimes think or want to believe. So I want to share a tip with you that I got from the book Verbal Judo by George Thompson and Peter Jenkins. It's called Button Guard. Actually, George Thompson came from a law enforcement background, so he called it Trigger Guard. I think for the general population, Button Guard's a more appropriate term. And what I want to challenge you to do is think for a moment, who pushes your buttons? I don't necessarily mean individuals as much as I mean types of people. Do braggarts push your buttons? Know-it-alls, misers, ungrateful folks? What types of people typically get under your skin and on your nerves and get you upset? Because that's the first step in the button guard model to control your emotions better. You identify who pushes your buttons on a recurring basis. Once you've identified them, you give them a name. Now, please give them a courteous, polite, civil name, because it might slip out in public sometime, and I don't want you to be embarrassed. But identify who pushes your buttons, give them a name, and then you own them. I often tell a story that people who push my buttons often are people who drive in the left lane of traffic slower than I wish them to. Because as you've all seen the signs, slower traffic is supposed to keep right. And folks, those folks used to literally, well, I shouldn't say literally, but figuratively drove me up a wall. I'd get so upset and my blood pressure would be rising and teeth gritting. Oh, I'd get angry. And then I heard about Button Guard. I realized that those drivers push my buttons. So I gave them a name. Lefty Lane. It's a nice name, not insulting in any way. And Lefty gets around. Lefty's old, young, male, female, doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, ever since then, I come up behind somebody driving in the left lane, I signal one time asking them to pull over. If they don't, I've conditioned myself to say that's Lefty. I am not going to let Lefty dictate what my emotions ought to be. I simply signal right, pull over, speed up, say a little prayer that Lefty might learn how to drive someday. But I go on my way. I'm in control of my emotions, not Lefty. In that situation, I wish the mom or the boy had just said, well, thank you for your concern. I appreciate it, and you have a blessed day. Again, easy to do? I don't know, maybe not. And it's impossible if we're not thinking about it. But what if when you go out with your mask on, you realize some people might give you dirty looks? Okay, give them a name. I was going to come up with one, but I couldn't. Use your own imagination. Or if you're of the crowd that says we shouldn't wear masks, okay, just know that people who wear masks are going to look at you funny, might even get verbal with you. Have a name ready for them and choose to not get upset. Should you do it? Well, I don't know. Can you do it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll leave it to you with the should, but I promise you, you'll have a lot more peace, a lot more joy. And maybe we'll all get through this corona craziness with our sanity and intact and our relationships as well. That's my hope. So please practice Button Guard in the coming weeks, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Bye for now.